Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Let's get dangerous.
And welcome to another episode of Comic Spectrum. We are a tad bit late. Well, I shouldn't say a tad bit late. We were pretty much waiting for the thing to click over on my side to say, hey, you're live, before we start the intro. Well, you got me and Eric tonight here. Clyde is actually out on assignment, and Elaine is on a different mission here.
Ooh.
So she's dealing with a couple of things here. But outside of that, how's things been going, Eric?
Things have been going good, but I was just reading starting to read an article before we started.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? You liked X-Men '97, right? For the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you remember the showrunner and writer was fired
Right
before it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right. And shortly after they announced the season 2.
Yeah, Bo DeMayo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's come out of silence, and he's released a 30-minute video on what really happened on his OnlyFans.
Why OnlyFans?
I don't know.
That is weird. I'm going to put this on OnlyFans, and people are going to be like, why did you do this on OnlyFans?
Because when I think of OnlyFans, I don't think of. I'm sure there's other people out there, but I just think of porn.
Like I said, it's like every time you hear certain words, it just makes you automatically go to the song of "Internet is for porn." I mean, it's like I'm going to release this information on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Why?
That's just weird.
What are you doing on OnlyFans? You can't be doing anything wholesome on OnlyFans. If you are, it's a guise for something else. Be honest with people.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to read the article. It's on Deadline. Because I think they summarized some of the stuff that was in the video. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully there's no nudes.
Well, like I said, it's just something.
Or maybe he does the news in the news.
I'm not trying to get no subscription to look at something like that on OnlyFans.
No. I have no interest in that. But other than that, everything's been going pretty good. We had a holiday, and the week's been just trucking along.
Yep, that's the weird thing, because it went by awfully quick here. Outside of science and allergies, I've been okay, I guess. They got a couple more panels done on this one page for primetime Saturday night, so
nice.
Things are getting back to the way that it's supposed to be, with trying to finish up issue 5 where I could get back to Amazonia soon.
Oh, cool.
But let's not dilly-dally. We got some people here in the chat to say hello to. We got Donna in the house. We got Carl in the house. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Thank you very much for that, Donna. Hi, Joe and Eric. Yep, there we go. Hi, guys. Yeah, all of these secret missions. Yeah, everybody got secret missions except for maybe me. And there's Don Milan. What's up, Don? How's it going? Yeah, this is our Thursday comic book geek culture and comic book review show that we call Comic Book Spectrum, Don.
Yep.
And everybody's greeting Don, and then yeah, there are just some people that not doing porn or OnlyFans. About 10 of them, but yeah,
Yeah, it's about 10.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
and we know one of them now.
yeah, we know one. We now
There's a
know that
cartoon writer.
there's at least one that we suspect is not doing porn.
Oh, speaking of porn, I would like to promote a Kickstarter. Brian Shear, who is one of the pencilers and inkers of G.I. Joe, who had been several issues in for IDW.
Right.
Him and a friend have put together a book, a pinup book, art book called what's it called here? I think it's Pleasingly Plump. It just
I gotta show it. I gotta show it mainly because
all right,
Parallax is here.
let me
Parallax is
share
here.
it.
We got to kind of tastefully show it. Yep.
Present. I'm always looking for share, but it's always present.
Yep. No GI Joe porn. No.
No, and there's no porn in it. So, but it's called Pleasingly Plump. It's an art book.
Yep. There we go.
26 days to go.
Over it.
So it's a art of chunky cherubs.
That's not chunky.
No, it's just thick.
Again, that's one of the reasons I try not to raise an angry fist, because it's a simple fact that it's like one person's chunky is not another person's chunky.
Yeah, all it is an art book. Well, there's a little chunkier.
Yeah.
2 different covers. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I can't put my finger on it because initially I was thinking Ultraman.
Yeah.
What's her name from Ultraman? What's her name from Ultraman? That's what I was originally thinking here.
I got you a thick poison ivy, a redhead, Carl. A redhead. Some big feet. Ooh.
Samus. Again, I truly believe that a lot of these images to me are not as advertised. It's like this one, yeah. That's whatchamacallit, Emma Frost.
Yeah. Well, this one's pretty plump.
To me, that's like, to me, a standard woman's size. It's just that people don't draw that size that often, just like with the Laura Croft. Laura Croft. I mean, but again, depending on your art style and what you follow, is like to me, a lot of the drawings that we have nowadays in comic art is more of the skinnier fitness models. And when people draw like this, it's like, oh, this is thick. It's like, no, that's about average women's size.
Yeah, but it looks like a good book. I like Brian.
Yeah, it's a good. I'm not saying.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I mean, I like kind of drawings to it. I'm not saying it's bad artwork. I just like, okay, to me, it's just more along the lines they're drawing more what I consider the buxom and voluptuous, as opposed to plump.
Yeah. But it's out there if anyone's interested. It's on Kickstarter. It's Brian Shear is the man who inked the Death of Snake Eyes, so I always hold that against him.
So
he said he didn't even know that was what was going on when he was inking it.
I mean, it's a good art book. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
And his friend, I know her too, Siege. I don't know her real name, but she goes by Siege. She does half the art in here too. Oh, Siege. Oh, Shana-chan. Shano Shinan. Oh,
Mhm.
Shinachan. I don't know. Sounds Irish, so.
Yep.
So maybe there'd be a lot of redheads in there, Carl.
Yeah, Carl probably get in trouble if he bought that art book.
Now I did
He had
tell.
to buy it. He had to buy it and hide it from the cats because the
I did.
cats will rat him out.
I told our co-host on the drawing show. I said, if you want to invite Brian and Siege on the show, I mean, we could draw plump babes on the show one night. I'll reach out to him. Like, all right. I mean, the schedule's pretty full, but we can jumble something around.
Cool. So
We'll see.
on that note, we're going to take off where we left off. Everybody was green parallax, and she said, "I need it." Yay! And it's like, give it to me, Eric. It's all mine. Yep, she wants to back that. Yep. And then it's like, I am noticing that, Eric. Yep. And then I agree with Joe. Yep. Give me, give it to me. Yep. That's right. Kind of like right up her alley. Do people know you or what?
I saw a list on Facebook. I think it was yesterday.
Mhm.
It was an art. Well, I didn't see the list. I only saw it because some stuff I don't want to click on. I don't want to do that clickbait crap. It said the voted number two hottest redhead. I don't remember who it was. And then like the next day I saw the same article, but they number 9 hottest redhead. I was like, well, where are the other ones? Because that Christina Hendricks, the one from Mad Men, was like number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she would have been higher up. And I don't remember who. Oh, number 2 was the girl that plays she was in Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy. I can't remember her name. It's right on the tip of my tongue. She played Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and she was in the new Jumanji? Yeah, it was the new Jumanji. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Karen Gillan. Yeah, she was listed as number 2, and Christina Hendricks was like number 9. I was like, well, who's number? Like, no, I'm not going to click on it to find out. I'm not going to do it.
And Carl talks from experience by using the operative word "was." Parallax had the name. Yep. So that's pretty much. I just have not been really keeping up in that neck of the woods as far as Kickstarters and stuff have been going, because it just seems like, to me, it's like there's always a new Kickstarter and there's always something that I'm looking at as like I really can't afford it.
Yeah, I haven't backed one in a while. I did back this book just to help them out, and I like both their arts. I mean, both of them are great artists, so I backed that. I don't remember the last time I backed one. It might have been a while. I have to look. No, I already closed my Kickstarter. I don't remember. I probably backed something. Don't even remember. Oh, I backed Brian's book. That was a few months ago, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it still got some time to go here.
Yeah.
Now since you got me curious. But it just seems like every other day there's somebody running it. If I had money to invest in everybody's,
oh, yeah, I'd back everybody, but yeah,
but
oh, Memoirs was the last book I backed.
I'm on my account here. The last thing, I still got things missing.
Oh,
I backed the Darkwing Duck, and I backed the Romero's AXA. I still haven't got those yet. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I'm still waiting on My wife's Christmas gift from 2 years ago.
Yep.
Which it makes me feel better about being late on my own book. Because I'm not 2 years late.
Yeah, I mean, people look at that and be like, you know what, he's a good person. Let me go ahead and cut you some slack because you was upfront and honest with all of it.
Yeah, it has been the worst fulfillment I've had. I mean, just between my printer moving was a big deal. Good grief.
Yep. So I backed that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it would be nice if I put the cursor over there and not do it on the screen where the StreamYard was. But yeah, they reprinted. They got the rights to reprint the original first 2 issues that came over to the United States, but they didn't have the right to do the full saga. So I backed that one, and then the very last thing that I backed was the Darkwing Duck.
Ah, okay.
And I only got the first volume of Darkwing Duck, the first volume in Darkwing Duck, because it has the complete collection. It has 3 volumes. I only did volume 1, and volume 1 had all the original stuff minus everything from, I want to say, IDW and Kaboom and what all these other smaller publishers. This only contains the first 4 by Walt Disney and all the Marvel Comics ones.
Oh, okay.
And yes, Parallax, it is a collected volume. It is a collected volume. You know how I am about trade paperbacks. It's just like I just feel that was the fastest way to get these books that I know that's going to be hard to find. More so than anything
but you
else.
skipped that G.I. Joe book.
Dude, I have a reason to skip the G.I. Joe because that's one of the things about going to storage that I've been doing on Saturdays. I've been finding all my G.I. Joe.
Cool.
It would have been like, oh goodness, if I would have backed it, would have been a big waste of money. I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't back it.
Well, if you're missing anything, let me know what you're missing.
I still have a few more short boxes to go through, but I do have a kind of a short list here from my CLZ app where I've been scanning everything in.
Oh, cool.
And now my eyes are playing tricks on me because now I can't find it on my phone, at least not on this screen on the phone. There it is. So G.I. Joe wise, too many comic books. I got all of Order of Battle, and we're only talking about the Marvel Comics line.
Yeah. I do have some of the other ones, but it's mostly the Marvel ones.
Surprisingly enough, missing a lot of stuff in the 100s. At least I haven't found them. I just am missing odds and ends stuff between like issue 13 and like issue 61, but after that is like most of the 100s.
Send me a list. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of condition. So, I'll tell you, my early ones are not in the greatest condition because, as a kid buying comics and they sit on a shelf, I didn't know what a backing board in a bag was.
And that, surprisingly enough, what I find funny is that I'm looking at what I have here.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much have like the first 12 issues in somewhat decent condition.
Mm.
And the other thing is like with a lot of them, like a lot of them are newsstand editions.
It's what a large majority of mine are. Newsstand editions.
Mhm.
Up until I was able to drive and found out there was such thing as a comic book store. Because I would get them at the gas station or the drugstore.
But I still know that there's still a few more that I don't have, and I still haven't found all my special missions. I still haven't found all my GI Joe special missions either.
Mm.
And what also is weird, I have issue 1 of European missions.
Oh, okay.
But there it is, people. I do still have it on the screen. The pleasingly plump. I was just wanted to bring it back up because I was just curious about how much it costs. If you want it digital, it's $10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get
$20
Brian's
art
cover
book.
or Siege's cover, or you
Yeah.
get both covers for $35. I think it's the shipping's $10. I think if I remember correctly.
Yeah, $10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So $30 a book, or if you get both, it's 45. Or is it 45?
Oh, that's a good question. I would think it would be, but
No,
12.
47.
Okay.
So something to think about. Something to think about in the long run.
I did see another interesting article this week, and I thumbed through. I actually did click on that and thumb through it. It said the best indie comics of the last 20 years.
Oh boy, that tells me to turn away and walk the opposite direction.
Well, I was curious, like, well, what would be in here? And I scrolled, like, well, it was all Image books and some Boom Studios. I'm like, is Image an indie house? I don't consider them indie. Would you?
No.
I didn't think so. I didn't think Boom Studios. No, I don't think so either. I was like, huh. I don't think this is a very good article.
In a way, that would have been rent fuel for me. And the reason why it'd be rent fuel, because I could say this pretty much safely here.
Mm-hmm.
Last night while I was on Whatnot, was at this one person show, and they were, going through like all these dollar books. And I sat there and I looked at all these DC titles that was not, part of the Trinity, and were not of well-known characters, and going book after book after book after book after book. And I was like, and I'm sitting up here, it's like, between the 70s and 80s, now I understand why people favored Marvel over DC, because they came out with a lot of books that was vaguely heard of or was never promoted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
And yet we still got a lot of people who thumb their nose at independent titles because of the simple fact that, oh, we don't know these characters, we don't want to try anything. But yet DC back then tried something new and different. Y'all thumb your nose at it for the stuff that was, die hard and true. So it's like people just don't know comics, period.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't. They just like, the best comics is what I like, as opposed to what is having some other criteria to judge them on.
Right. Yeah. And this was, I believe it was on CBR. That's where it popped up.
You can't believe them anyway.
Yeah, I know. It popped up. I was like, I'm curious because I've known some very large indie campaigns that went out in that time. And I'm like, this is all published stuff from the studios. These aren't indie books. Not that I thought I'd be on there, but
yep.
But I mean, geez, well, I would say, well, maybe Ethan Van Sciver's book that Cyberfrog wrote on him, it made millions, but I don't know if it was any good. I've never heard anyone say it was any good, but it made a lot of money.
That again, that makes my skin kind of crawl, because I was like, the first thing I asked is like, what makes a good indie book? It's like, what have you read?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about some of the stories that should be talked about, and then the ones that are picked are like the common everyday popular stuff from what I would consider, major publishers like Marvel and DC. So I put Image in that same category. I put Boom in that same category. It's a lot of publishing houses that seem like they're independent, but they're really not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them mainstream either, just like I don't call Marvel and DC mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is what it is. So we got a wild beating appearing, and then greetings from her. Beating uses greeting. Yep. It's super effective. I'm hearing now. Okay, so there's Elaine. So I guess, she's still on location for her mission. It has not been resolved as of yet. There she goes, calling Elaine a windbag again. I still haven't gotten it. You said like it was almost like Xmas 2023. You talking about the Kickstarter that you backed.
It was 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to get a Christmas of 22. At least I think it was 22. It was 22. I thought, well, I'll have it by 23, and I didn't. Now it's going to be 24, and still don't have it. It looked really cool. It was a steampunk Nutcracker story, and she loves the Nutcracker, so that's why I got it. And I like steampunk, so. But nope.
Hi, Comcast has whacked my Wi-Fi, so I'm not on my computer, and my phone is wonky. Yeah. No, I did not get the AXA as of yet. And speaking of which, I am not certain when it's supposed to be delivered. Let me go ahead and take a look here. Oh, it got a last update as of the 5th here. It's like, okay, on the 5th, which is today. So they sent out a thing today. We don't have any updates for you beyond what we have already sent to you. Everything has been sent out to this point. International backers, which would be me in this case. I would probably be international backers. Might still be waiting for packages to arrive. Otherwise, all the books are out. We had a little snafu on one pledge where the classic covers weren't included in the package. We're working on getting those to everyone. So they're saying that they sent them out. I haven't received anything as of yet. So I'm just reading what their last thing was saying here. So August 7th, they were talking about they had something dealing with copyrights, and it's like, no, they have the license to do this and everything. And then they was promoting during the campaign, they was promoting somebody else's work, but yeah, they're saying that everything got mailed out, and I have not received mine as of yet. So I paid $26 for the issue 1 and issue 2. Yep, they said estimated delivery is August. They're saying August.
August, that's over with.
So I haven't received it as of yet. And actually, I know the person who's spearheading this. So if I don't get my books, I'll just message him and be like, "What's going on?" Again, another reason why I just can't back everybody else's book.
No, that's true. That's true.
Everybody saying hello to Elaine here. It's like evening to everybody. Grandma Elaine, ouch.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be delivered in November of 2022.
What, the AXA?
No, my Steampunk Carol, festive Nutcracker retelling. Now I'll tell you, there was a book I backed recently. Well, it was last year, I guess it was. That when the survey came out, I didn't complete the survey because I was like, never mind, I don't care anymore. Because they wanted me to pay shipping. And I'd already backed the book. I'm like, what?
You know, again, you're not going to pay shipping for something that you already paid for once.
Right. I was like, never mind. And that was that. What wasn't that?
Again, people who should know better should all be while on a live stream.
It was. I know some books do that. They have where you have to go through one of those other providers for the pay for shipping because they give you an actual shipping. Charge you the actual.
Oh,
shipping.
you talking about they probably went through like what we call it thing. I can't even think of their name. Like something like CrowdOx or something like that.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, and that was Super Joe Unlimited.
Wow.
I was like, no, never mind.
It has been a week, but I'm happy here for a bit. Okay, so she's talking about what's going on there. Sounds like more of an ad than a survey. Yep. Ooh, it's like she wanted me to go off in a rant. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Rant. Nope. I don't rant unless it's needed. I don't really rant unless it's needed. But yeah, it does grind my gears when people want to talk about indie comics and they don't talk about indie comics. They really don't. Who are these guys? And can I use a sexual harsh language at them? Yeah, I can make them cry. Yep, you could. You have work to do, Lane. Have to handle these naysayers. Yep. Any thoughts on the music artists coming out books like Metro Booming and Boy Watake, Eminem? Basically anything, basically anyone putting paper out.
I mean, if they can put out a good quality product, good for them. What was it? Keanu Reeves' book I thought was not very good because there's wasn't many words in it, and I just didn't care for it.
Berserker, yeah.
But I mean, there's plenty of celebrities that actually do halfway decent writing, and so.
Well,
if it looks interesting, if it's something that appeals to me, yeah, I'll check it out.
DMC's book is pretty good. At least that's what I heard. It was award winning. But the musicians that he just named, is like I haven't heard much about those books per se. I'm not going to snub them at all. I mean, it's like let them come out with the books. You know, the whole thing is read it before you pass judgment on it.
Yeah.
And that's what's not being done today. I mean, it seems like, you know, I hate to say it, it's like it's almost coming back to what I said earlier. It's like a lot of comics nowadays are becoming more or less like poor man's art collections. I love this cover, but what's in between the cover? I don't know. I just love the cover.
Yeah. Well, you know, Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance, he did the Umbrella Academy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but that was developed over years, so it made sense, and that's something that I could say that is decent, and people could flock to it and love it. So, you know, I'm all for them.
Yeah, they could do it if it turns out good. If it's appealing to me, I'll check it out. But.
And that's the other thing. It's like most modern stuff that's coming out now, a lot of it doesn't appeal to me unless people would sit back and say, this is why you should get it, because it's about this, that, and the other, as opposed to, oh, they're about to make a Netflix, you know, show out of it. It's like, that doesn't get me excited to want to watch, to read it or watch it. What's it about? Tell me what's the story. Give me that pitch. And nobody knows how to pitch anymore. Everybody wants to pitch where it's going and where the intellectual rights are going, but nobody is pitching the story anymore. Yeah. see, they will sell a bunch done, but who knows if it's good? Yeah, yeah. Jack White's World of Finest Variant Arts was also poop. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Celeste can do well if they get a good editor or ghostwriter. Exactly. True, Carl. I have bought some to see the quality, but I was like, a lot of the people are trying to put some stuff out. Yeah, hey, you don't know what might end up sticking out there. Hey Reeves, can I go? Hey, it's like, hey Reeves, can I go beyond woe and his eye candy? Yeah. Well, Shatner wrote some books, and they were so bad that they finally allowed editors to help him, and then the books were a lot better. Yeah, aka his Tech World. His Tech World books were horrific in the very beginning, and then they got him the right people behind, and Tech World became an interesting universe
Yeah.
afterward. Yeah, Tech World. Mm-hmm. Keanu is not a good actor, but he's one of the best human beings on the planet, so he gets a pass. Probably so.
He basically plays one character. Man, no, but a
Mhm.
lot of actors do that anymore. There's not much of a range. They play the same character, and he is always going to be. Was he Bill or Ted? Which one was he?
Oh,
Or he's closer
he,
to Johnny Utah and everything he does now.
no. Well, I'm just up there.
Than
It's
Bill
like,
and Ted.
it's like you up there. It's like, was he Bill or is he Ted? I was like, I thought he was Theodore Logan. It's like, no, that's Ted then. And again, I want to see the third movie. I still haven't seen the third movie where they talked about them growing up and having kids and all the other stuff here.
I didn't either. Yeah. But
I have
I've
not seen the
liked
third
most of his
movie.
movies. I mean, no, he's not going to win an Oscar for his performances,
Nope.
but he
Just
does
like he's
seem
not going
like
to
a
win an Oscar for Speed.
no. But he does seem like a generally good person in real life. Yeah.
He did okay in Constantine, but he will be forever known as John Wick.
Yeah.
That's going to be his calling card.
Constantine is one of the better comic book movies if you know nothing about the comic book.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and I did when I saw it, it was pretty good. Then when I was like, oh, that was nothing like the character or the books. But I still like the movie because of that.
That's why I said the movie was okay, but at that time I had no idea of Hellblazer Constantine.
Yeah.
I never read any of the DC stuff.
I hadn't either. And I was like, oh, this is a cool movie. Then I found out more, like, oh. Well, I still like the movie. Nothing like the character's supposed to be, but we're good.
I found out about the comic books. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I saw Constantine in Legends of Tomorrow. I was like, did they just mess up this movie for Keanu Reeves, or did they just feel that Keanu Reeves cannot be this level of Constantine?
Mm. And they're still talking about doing another one, a sequel.
Yeah, Keanu has a great heart and a really cute butt. That's your thing. Yep, Ted Theodore Logan. The third Bill and Ted, it was okay. I still haven't seen it. Bogus Journey to me was hilarious. That one was hilarious. I like that more than the first one. Excellent Adventure.
I can't remember either one of them. I liked them when I watched them, but I can't tell you what happened in them really. It's been so long. It's a movie I've gone out to rewatch. I just haven't.
I like the second one because of the simple fact of the end of how they did their so-called report at the very end where they could graduate from high school.
Mm.
With all the bogus tales that had happened from them traveling through time, they've actually brought the people to the present and did that whole thing. The first one ended when they finally finished their very first song, and because they finished their first song, the future that Rufus was in was able to survive.
Mm.
That's if I remember the two movies correctly. But the second one I remember is that they had to graduate for college, or else the whole thing about Wild Stallions getting their record deal and all this other stuff doesn't happen. It's just weirdness that always happens. Like Rufus shows up for the weirdest reasons.
Yeah.
I always thought that Keanu would have made a good Ghost Rider. Nah.
He might have been a good Danny Ketch. Not Johnny Blaze.
No, definitely not Johnny
Not
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. Ketch. Yeah, maybe Ketch. When he was younger.
Mm-hmm. Back in the Speed days, or what was it, Point Break days. Especially in his Point Break days, he could have played a good Johnny Ketch. Why people don't talk about Point Break?
That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like if we want to talk.
I mean, it's not okay. It's a good movie for what it is. It isn't, you know. Yeah. But it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, which most movies should be fun. Yeah.
Yep. Agree, Carl. Nostalgia would kept me interested. Yep. I think Constantine is a great standalone movie, but if they know nothing about the comics, yeah. From the highest king to the lowest street sweepers, sooner or later we all dance with the Reaper. Yes, that's the line for the second movie. That's the line for the second movie. for bogus journey. Yeah, that movie bombed, and now everybody acts like it's the best DC movie ever. Dude, bros, yeah.
You know, at the time, I didn't
I
even know it was
still
a
own it on
DC
DVD.
movie.
I still own Constantine on DVD. That's how well I liked it without knowing what happened in the comics. Once I found out what it is in the comics, I'm like, wow, this is a buzzkill. Because I can't go to the comics and be like, this is not what I signed up for. Yeah, the TV show and the animated voices of Constantine is way better. Yep.
Yeah.
I like the movie, but I'm really not a fan of the comic. Yeah, Danny Ketch Ghost Rider is what I mean. Yeah. Yeah, give Keanu Reeves the original skip chain. Yep. That was the other thing that I didn't like about the Ghost Rider movies, because they gave Blaze the skip chain too early. Exactly. Swayze as Johnny Blaze.
No, Swayze was in Point Break.
Yep. Yeah, I like in action, live action, when the devil is like, oh, John Constantine. And go Constantine.
I never know what that actor's name is that played the devil, but I like him in everything I see him in.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That is just weird beyond belief here. But it's funny. It's just funny, you know. Why am I feeling like we're missing a couple more Keanu Reeves movies?
Bill and Ted, Point Break, Speed 2, not Speed 3.
Nope.
What the Boathouse? It was a. What was that movie about?
Because there's other little known movies that we didn't talk about.
And then there's the John Wick series, of course.
Right, of course, John Wick. No.
Keanu Reeves, IMDb. Here we go.
Yep.
You know, we're all going to be Keanu Reeves on the next thumbnail.
No, we're not going to be Keanu Reeves. I kind of poo poo that here, but I'm trying to.
Gosh, The Replacements.
Yes, the football movie. The football movie. Yes,
Yes,
and that's
yes.
what I can say. It's like I know I'm
Oh
missing
my,
a couple.
Joe, we should be ashamed of ourselves. We forgot The Matrix. Wow. Well,
Well, that's the show, folks. We're no
oh,
longer expert in geek culture because we forgot about the Matrix.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
But that was a bit part.
Well, I mean, he was, I don't know what, the fourth most featured character.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Devil's Advocate.
Oh yeah,
That was another good one that he played a decent role in. The Devil's Advocate.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Parenthood, I don't remember too much.
I don't remember him being in it, unless I'm thinking a different Parenthood movie.
Much to do about nothing. I don't remember him being in that one either.
The Replacements, though, I really love that.
Oh
movie.
yeah, that was a good, again, another popcorn movie. Good popcorn
Yeah.
movie for him and The Replacements.
I mean, he's got a big list of movies. I mean, yeah, and
Lake
Lake House, yeah,
Yeah.
Which I thought was the Boathouse. I knew it was something house. That's not the one with the mysterious mailbox, is it?
I knew you were going to bring that up.
The mailbox?
No, Devil's Advocate is my jam because of naked Charlize Theron.
Oh.
Uh-oh, did we lose Eric? Yep, I think we lost Eric. Something happened with the Wi-Fi there. Well, again, Charlize Theron has not built up herself to where she would have been for dang it. Which one was she? Dang, y'all making me think. Oh, there he is.
I don't know what happened. I just got a
I,
screen that said something went wrong. I'm like, what went wrong?
I don't know, but Carl is saying scrawny Charlize Theron. It's like, yeah, in Devil's Advocate, I can see that, but I'm trying to think. Charlize Theron, when she got into more action movies, she was not as skinny or scrawny. She's a thickie in the Thule. Yeah, Comcast is whacking. Yeah.
Johnny Mnemonic? Did we say that one?
No. But then again, is Johnny Mnemonic really kind of like a movie to be considered a movie?
Yeah. A Walk in the Clouds?
I haven't watched that one.
I don't think I have either. Oh, now this is a music video, and we should have known this. Paul Abdul's Rush Rush.
Yes.
And that was after Point Break.
Mm-hmm. She was a healthy way of 3 days in the valley. Why am I up here? I'm blanking on which iconic role did she play?
Charlize Theron?
Yes. I know she played a role in one of the Mad Max universe movies.
Yeah.
But
I got to say, I remember
the back of my mind is saying that she was Eon Flux.
I don't know.
But I thought that was Mila Djokovic.
I remember her really mostly from I can't remember the name of it. It was a golf movie with Will Smith and Matt Damon. Something Bags? It's gonna kill me. I don't remember what that was called. I really enjoyed that movie.
I mean, it's like, it's weird. It's like all these movies is escaping us. And I own a lot of these movies too. So that's why I'm up here. It's like, why is it escaping me which movie this was?
Legend of Bagger Vance. I think that's it.
Yes, Bagger Vance, yes. The Legend of Bagger Vance, yes.
Well, she was in Hancock too. Huh.
Yeah, she was the
Oh, she was the Flux, yeah.
okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like I knew she was like one of these iconic superhero characters. So yeah, it's like for some reason Eon Flux was coming to my mind. She was the title character Eon Flux, yeah. He was good in that one. Johnny Mnemonic was one of my favorite movies growing up. See, I don't remember Johnny Mnemonic all that well.
Mm.
It didn't. At least that movie didn't sit well with me as far as remembering.
I think
Yes,
I've probably seen it once, and I really don't remember much about it.
Huntsman and Atomic Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was the Queen Ides Huntsman movie. Yep. Oops, must run. Oh yes, it's getting close to that hour, so we're probably going to end up wrapping up here shortly after.
Oh, she's in Prometheus too. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Almost time for the drawing show.
Yep.
The Astronaut's Wife. I have not seen that one yet.
I don't know if I've seen that. I saw it on her list here, and I was like, I read it. I automatically go to the Time Traveler's Wife.
Who was in Reindeer Game?
Charlize.
Okay. Good. Geez, I'm not spelling tonight. Yep.
She was in Mighty Joe Young too.
Mm-hmm. Who ordered the pizza?
Oh, 2 Days in the Valley.
Why did that movie ring a bell?
I'd forgot about that. She's half naked and wrestling Terry Thatcher, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, they get in a fight and they're wrestling. I forgot about that. They
are not considered voice acting.
It's a strange movie.
Said, Astro Boy. It's like Astro Boy was animated. That's voice acting.
I'd have to go back and watch that again because it was a fairly interesting movie. It was an early 90s movie, I think. Late 90s, 96, I guess. It had James Spader and Danny Aiello and Jeff Daniels. Who else have in it? Terry Hatcher, Charlize Theron, Keith Carradine, Eric Stoltz. I forgot him being in it too. I think he was a cop.
Wait, Charlize Theron was in Addams Family?
Yeah, I saw that on her list too, but I'm not really sure what she was doing in it.
I remember the second movie more than the first movie. That's the problem.
Oh wait, she's at the Morticia's voice in Addams Family too, the cartoon.
Oh, again, voice acting. I'm talking about live acting. It's like, wait, what? See, it's like no, it's like she was definitely not Fester's wife. She definitely wasn't like Muffy's mother in Values. I'm trying to picture Charlize Theron in the actual movies, but not the animated stuff.
And she started doing the Fast and Furious movies too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did Theron do? Yep, that's what we're contemplating about. So, Eric, what is tonight's topic for the drawing show?
That's a good question.
Yeah, no idea.
I know I had to go look. It's a last minute add to the roster. It's the Embrace 2, which is an indie book.
Okay, that's Michael Ona's book.
Yeah, he reached out to us, asked if he could get on the show, and I think he's only got 6 days left on the campaign, so like sure we'll bump what we're doing tonight because I was really looking forward to tonight, but we got him on. Oh, I'm still looking forward to it, but I had ideas in my head for Beetlejuice. That's what we were going to do tonight. I was thinking about drawing some of the Beatles as Beetlejuice, Beatles juice. But yeah, so yeah, his book's doing pretty good though. It's I think he's already raised $7,000.
Right on Fund My Comic.
I didn't look on that. I saw it on Indiegogo.
Wait, he went back to Indiegogo?
Yeah, I'm showing on Indiegogo at hold on here, let me load. Funding, he's got 5 days left. He's at $77.90.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, 107 backers. So that's pretty good. I mean, the art it looks cool. So I'm not familiar with it. And we didn't get a lot of reference material, so I have to go look at the.
You have a direct question here.
Yep. Oh, do it whenever you want.
You heard it here, folks. So there's going to be a second part, a custom second part for G.I. Joe 75.
Yep, because I already did the preliminary sketches for it anyway, so it won't be that hard. I mean, they were digital, but I'm going to transfer them over to. I just got to bring up here and look and draw.
Actually, The Embrace is not a vampiric book.
It kind of reminds me of it reminds me of a cross between Spider-Man and Spawn, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's or one of those the Darkness maybe from Top Cow.
Or was it Image first?
Well, yeah, it was Image. Well, honestly, I'm not sure. It might have been.
I thought it was Image first, then moved over to Top Cow.
It could.
They lost the license, and the creator went over to Top Cow,
yeah.
or the creator of the Darkness formed Top Cow.
Yeah. The tagline is "Justice, not revenge. The spectral hero returns."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looks like a cool book. Oh, it looks like he shoots webs too. It's weird. Yeah, he's on Indiegogo, but yeah, it looks cool.
I know I got the first book. I do have the first Embrace book, so I have read it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I think.
All right, later, Donna.
How do you get in digitally for? Or wait, actually, I don't know. I haven't looked at Indiegogo in a long time. I'm having a hard time figuring out how much it costs. $20? Cover A, $20 for a digital?
I think only because it's a lot more pages than what people realize. It's not a 24-page book. I believe it's like something like 90-something pages.
Oh, it might be. Let me scroll up here. Let me scroll up, then I'll take off because I don't see any other artists out there yet. Updates. There's a lot of pictures. 57 pages.
57. Okay, so it's either he's charging the right amount or I'm charging too small, too little.
I don't know. It's I do a 40-page book, and what I charge $5 for a digital.
I do. Primetime Saturday Night is 52 pages each and every rip.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like either I'm charging too little at $5, $5 to $8, or $20 is a good price for it. I don't know.
I'm not just seeing the regular book here. Digital. And it's weird. Different covers for the digital. That's strange.
That is definitely weird.
Yeah, because I usually include all the covers in my digital. Everything, everything's in the digital. Yeah, I have no idea what he's charging here. There's a catch-up tier for $40. I don't see a regular tier for just the book. Oh, cover A plus digital. That's what it says. Okay. So $20 to get you the cover and the digital. Okay, or get you the book and the digital. That's not bad then.
I just looked it up on Indiegogo and it's
Yeah.
giving me everything but his comic book.
Yeah, I'm scrolling down. I see digital, but it's cover D plus digital, cover C plus digital. Okay, so all right. Well, I better get over to the show, and I'll see you later, Joe. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Have a good one.
I'll
And
try.
there we are. So pretty much that going to bring us to the end because I don't have a comic book review for this week here, mainly because I was counting on Clyde to be here until his mission came up. But he's on an important mission, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later because it's dealing with a if I could say it in this way, it's dealing with a fundraising project that goes to a worthy cause, and he's part of the board for that. So we're going to be talking about that once again here on Comic Book Spectrum. I did make mention to him it's like to let us know if they want us to do more than other than advertise because I feel that if we be a part of that particular uh if I could say weekend celebration in some form with the broadcasting that things would be a little bit better and we could actually raise money for the worthwhile charity here. But let me check the comments here. Yeah, I never had a successful campaign on Indiegogo. Me neither. That was my one of my very first crowdfunding campaigns was on Indiegogo and it was not successful. 48 pages and up should be 6.99 digital. I agree. It shouldn't be $20 for a digital. Yeah, I will bug Eric later. Yep. Night, Eric. What? Wait, what is my shirt? You want to see my shirt? Clyde Varia Veteran Society. No, no, that's not the charity. If I told you the charity, you would agree. You would agree what it is. But that's the shirt. That's my T-shirt. The charity that is effect that we're trying to raise money for is comics for kids. If you're familiar with that one, this is a charity where people donate comics and everything for kids who are in hospitals and everything to help them get their minds off of the treatments and stuff that they have to go through and everything. So Comics for Kids is like one of the few charities that even from the time where BKM was doing Comic Book Spectrum was we all was supporting that charity in one form or fashion. I myself became aware of that charity through Pops Van Zandt because Pops Van Zandt has been, promoting that charity from day one since his network formed. So pretty much that's how I became aware of it, and then I didn't realize that Clyde got involved with another organization who does fundraising for that charity. So it's kind of like everything kind of meshed out and we all hit that one vertices at one time. It's like, yeah, we're doing this. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem promoting him. He doesn't have a problem promoting him. I don't think anybody on this panel would have a problem promoting comics for kids. So that's what he's working on. And he says, "I want that. Give it to me. it's too big for you now." Joe has a Hulk shirt. Has a Hulk on his shirt. Yes, I have the original She-Hulk here. The original sensational She-Hulk on this shirt. Yes, guys will always do that charity a worthwhile cause. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, it is. So that's the reason why Clyde is absent today because he's kind of doing a little bit of recon and because he's a part of that board that does the one fundraiser each and every year through a different channel. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say here, of which channel. But again, for most of us who've been here with the original Rising Tide Network, you should be familiar with the person who I'm speaking of and his network. Uh, let's just say it is the rear side of a breakfast product that we all eat. Show that normally does that fundraiser, but just to say that is a worthwhile thing, and might as well go ahead and talk about that for a second here for before we go here, because to me it is a very worthwhile, and you don't have to wait until this fundraiser kicks off here. But it is a worthwhile charity. Now, if Google would act right now, I believe this is the charity that I was talking about here. This is the one that Clyde is involved with as of right now. But this is one of the reasons why that we talk about this stuff and we advertise it. So we're just getting a leg up on it. And if you go out to comicbooksforkids.org, it tells you a lot about their organization. It is a grassroots organization. It was started by people here in Middle Illinois here, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew until they got a subsidiary now. It looks like called Comic Books for the Troops, but originally Comic Books for Kids was to help kids that were in the hospital for some close to terminal disease and everything, to give them a little bit of happiness and health, you know, worthwhile in the long run here. Yeah, LOL. Oh my God. Yep. And no problem here. And then she said, it's like it would fit me because I have chest fat. I'm speechless after that one, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it. It's like B says, last year the kids comic group had a Wonder Woman cartoon voice lady. Yeah, yes, they did. That was one of the things. They had the voice of Wonder Woman from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited on the show. And the year before that, they had Professor Stein from Legends of Tomorrow. The year before that, and friend of the show, Ryan Permisson, actually did that interview, and I watched that here. So that's kind of like the cool thing about these types of charities. Just told, not if you could get the chest fat like your mom or grandma. Oh boy. Well, like I said, I stand speechless on that topic, therefore I won't go into it. But then again, there's this is what they do, and they do have different things here about the publishers who have supported them in the past and everything. So these are some of the publishers that bigger name publishers that have supported them in the past. The hospital networks that they are involved with here. So all of these are the different hospitals that they're involved with for comics for kids, and they send comic books and other comic related stuff to these children's hospitals and everything. So like I said, it's a very worthwhile charity if you do get a chance to fundraise. Pick something like this. This is a worthwhile organization. They're on the up and up. They're always taking donations, whether it be cash or actual books and everything to that magnitude. And they do have a link for donations here. So they have it broken down for if like US or UK. So you could do, all of this here, but I'm trying to think here. And that's pretty much the whole thing. And then they do have a little bit of an online store where you could get like a little bit of their merch if need be, but that's still up under construction here. But their goal, and I like their goal. It's like our mission is very straightforward. It is to provide children-friendly comic books to children in hospitals and in cancer centers across the United States. We can also help in Canada. We will as well. In almost every case, these will come as new comics from many publishers who support us. On occasions, we do provide unread warehouse overstock, and in all cases, we work within the medical facilities infectious disease policy. Your mission contribute regardless of how you can help. You are making a difference here. So that's pretty much the mission for Comic Books for Kids. It's a worthwhile charity, and that's why Clyde is absent. So in a way, it is a political mission that he's on from Clyde Varia. And George and Fran told her that. Oh, okay. Beanie is definitely mine. She's definitely a Sunstrider. Yep. But that's pretty much it here. That's the reason why we have Elaine and Clyde absent today. I do apologize for not having a comic book review because I was not prepared to. Well, since we do have it, I wanted to read the other ones before I got into these, but I do have Scarlet one and Destro one, but I'll save them to after I read like issues two and three, and I could do like a long run like how I did with the Birds of Prey next week here. But come Saturday, I'll be back here on an episode from the Destro Small Press Publisher. I'm going to be talking about some of the things to update you guys on where we're at with some of our books, as far as Primetime Saturday Night goes, as far as the role playing game and where we're at and how we're standing on that. Things that I'm thinking about doing with Amazonia, because I still got to get issue 8 out soon. And then there are going to be a couple more things that we're going to talk about where people who want me to go ahead and rant, I feel more obliged to rant there, because to me, Comic Book Spectrum is always going to be positive, while From the Dust of a Small Press Publisher is more that constructive criticism and that thought that, to put you in a better thought process of how things are really going on in the industry than here. This show, we try to keep positive, and I still stick with that. That's the reason why I don't have a problem talking about comic books for kids and all the other nice little other charitable projects that we work on here. And let's see what we got here. We got Lainey. I need to send you a photo of my chest fat. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not there. I'm definitely verbally punishing folks in the morning. Yeah. I mean, that's not your fault. That's not your fault that you're there, that you're not here tonight, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And besides, sometimes, I know come around Thanksgiving is when we typically have like start missing like weeks again. So I know like Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, we missed that one. Shoot, I'm trying to think if there are any other holidays on Thursdays towards the end of the year. I mean, it depends on a lot of stuff, because I know people have like vacations and stuff coming up towards the tail end of the year, and that's when we start missing a lot of episodes here. But one of the things that I still try to do is still be consistent with with From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. But before we go, we do have to do our other bit of business. I'll show you mine if you show me yours, Laney. One of those things. Yeah, that's for the Only Friends portion of the show, Leia. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm going to take some ibuprofen and get some sleep. I can understand that, Elaine, but you do have a request for parallax, so that's up to you if you decide to do it or not. But nevertheless, we do have to deal with wait. Don Milo, do you want it? It's like, do you want to see? Okay, she's putting it out there for other people to see. But it's time for us to get to the business end of stuff here, which means that it's time for us to talk about Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. Why? Because when you need that cover to really shine for your brand new novel or your graphic novel or your comic book, who but Jeffrey Hayes to go to? And when we're talking about Jeffrey Hayes, we're talking about an award-winning artist, have won the Pope Factory Award for the last 3 years running for covers that he did for anthologies and novels. And if you don't believe me here, take a look at this video right here.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now, it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Plasma Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You seen the covers that was in that video? That's the type of stuff that he could do for you. So hit up Jeffrey Hayes at Plasma Fire Graphics at plasmafiregraphics.com or his Facebook group for Plasma Fire Graphics here. And as always, Plasma Fire Graphics is the unofficial sponsor of Comic Book Spectrum. As for me, I'll see you guys on Saturday for another episode of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. Hopefully, I'm not overly tired or hopped up on Benadryl from paper dust and all the other stuff from all the comics and everything. We have made it over the halfway mark. So when I say made over the halfway mark, we got a lot of the boxes up labeled with what comic books are up in there, what runs are in place and everything. Most of the stuff is in the CLZ app. We're over 7,000 books entered into CLZ at this point, with still a whole bunch more to go. So it is what it is, and we're getting closer and closer to knowing what I have and what I don't have and what I need to get. And that's going to really cut back on my comic book spending on a lot of stuff here, because now I don't have to worry about, am I buying duplicates of stuff that I already have here. And there will be a small little bit of new comic book pickups for the week here. We did get some odds and ends stuff in over this past week. So not a whole bunch, but enough to make mention of what came in and everything here. And let's go back out to the chat here before we close up everything. And it's like, yeah, limited time free offer. Okay. Oh, you have a question. Okay, what is the question? When will Mallory Valentino make an appearance in the book? Or as B would say, one hand and a finger. Issue 6. Issue 6. That's when she's going to make her appearance. I normally try. I don't try to shoehorn characters in the issue that we're currently working on, because we try to develop the characters somewhat before we just throw them into the mix. But I think that between you and what I have worked on and what I have shown you, that the Mallory Valentino is going to be A-okay. And then, like I said, if I'm adding her to the role playing game, she's going to be part of the overall roster from that point forward. So yes, she would probably be making her appearance on it in issue 6 here. So her debut issue would be issue 6. I do. I do. It's still not enough. But then again, I need to probably get cleaner masks too. You know, what is that? The N95 masks do get dirty quite often, and you can only use this for so often before you have to have a clean one. Uh, one hand plus finger. Yep. I need a CGC of it saying first appearance of Maui Valentino. No, I don't need a respirator mask. No, I don't, that we don't need military grade respirator mask. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. But what I need to have happen in storage is people not being nosy while I'm there. Oh, that's another that's stories that I could tell on Saturday about being there in storage and you going through all these books and you got the comic books, kind of spread out and everything, and people going in and grabbing their stuff out of storage and they look in, it's like, oh, you got a whole bunch of comic books. Is there anything worthwhile? No. I tell them straight up, no. I'm not going to tell them what I have up in here because it shouldn't pay them any mind. They shouldn't pay me any mind. This is my stuff and what I have to go through and chronicleize and all this other stuff. But in the long run, it's like the only thing I could do is just be a nice, friendly neighbor. It's like if I'm in somebody's way, move my stuff out the way, let them be able to do what they got to do and move, and keep pushing. But saying all that to say that's a topic for Saturday that can be brought up here. No, I don't need a military grade respirator mask. No. Okay. But until Saturday, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, especially subscribe because again, because of what happened with the other channel, we have lost a lot of few subscribers out there. So we're back on a subscription drive to get us back over our 250 subscriber mark and go beyond that. So if you know somebody, tell somebody about the channel, let them know that we have moved over here. I'm still in the process of trying to track down all the other older videos and everything for I could at least have records of that. For I might not be able to recover everything, but a good chunk of it wouldn't hurt here. Oh, you sent me a link. Don't make me order it for you. I'm not getting a respirator. What I will end up doing is probably going out soon and getting some more N95 because I could wear N95 multiple times before throwing it away. So now just running low on my N95s. That's all. Thanks, Joe. Have a great evening. And same to you here, Don. And Don, I will be back on Saturday. So have all your comic book questions then, because I know there's a lot of stuff that I know that you want to talk about as far as particular books and stuff. So I'll be more at liberty to talk then here. So until next time, people, we're out of here. Have a good rest of your evening and peace out.